So we're gonna start off with our daily metrics. So on November 1st, we had 9 inbound inquiries. We had 0 new 5-star reviews, and I'll pass it over to Mike for the sales stuff.
Good morning. On Friday, November 1st, we sent out 15 quotes for a value of $30,983. We had 6 quotes converted for a value of $7,602.
Morning, everybody. Our actual hours on Friday were 164, and our non-billable were 116.
Good morning. On Friday, we invoiced a total of $199,121.37. We received a total of $1,448.50, and we are currently owed a total of $421,207.79.
Thank you. Interesting. So we're owed $421,000 now. See how that goes up? So yeah, so you see how our metrics change daily. First thing we need to do is congratulate the winner of the pumpkin contest. So we had, I'm not sure how many people entered, but we had a tie at the end between number 2 and number 22. So we did a tiebreaker, and we ran both pictures on Facebook and had people like which one they liked the best. There was still submissions coming in from the Google form, and ultimately the winner was Grant. I think it was a sunflower. Yeah. So congratulations to Grant's girlfriend, who probably carved it for him, and we'll have to find a good prize for her.
22.
Who was 22? Oh, that was Kevin, the one with the white eyeballs in it. I voted for you, so sorry, Grant. I knew your girlfriend must have carved the sunflower. So anyway, you guys see what we just passed out, a bunch of QR codes. Everybody has a cell phone. What I'd like to do is, I made a form, and I'm not sure if it's going to work or not because I just did it. Is it up? And I'd like everybody to scan the QR code and take the time to fill out something that you really like about working here, or any suggestions that you have for us, for the company. And what I'm going to do is, as they come through, I'm going to be able to see them on the computer. It's totally anonymous, so nobody's going to know who submitted it, so don't worry about that. But the idea is we want you to be honest with this, because we want to know what we can improve on. So why don't you guys take a minute and scan that with your phone and open that up and fill out that form if you don't mind. All right, so we have some of the things that you like working, about working at Egan Landscape Group. I can't read all of them off. I'll only read off the ones that specify me. No, I'm only kidding. Friendships, that's good. We do. I mean, with a lot of, I can't even go, Glenn said it so many times, it's like family, it really is. So I think we're with each other more than we are with our own families. So I think of that all the time. Like I go home and I spend 3 hours with my wife and kids, but I'm spending 10 hours with not every single person here, but within the company. So it's important that we can get along while we're working. Second one, I enjoy working with great people here. Everyone always seems to have a good attitude when at work. Reputation. I like working with all my management and my coworkers. The people that I work with. So we have one common trend here. It's the people that you're working with. So I think that's great. Consistent work schedule and always having the tools and materials needed to complete the job. The people I work with, the people in the field. Employee benefits. The fact that you're able to grow within as long as your work ethic meets expectations. Working with a great group of guys and girls, having the right equipment, and having the opportunity to grow with the company. The culture has really developed in a positive way, and I really like the tight community we have. Having plenty of work and consistent paychecks. Emily wrote this one. It says, I like Emily and all my coworkers. I like my coworkers. I think there's a great collection of guys. Can you translate this one for me?
It's like some clients feel satisfied with the good work the employees
Yep.
do.
That's good. I'll call you back on the negatives. All right. Or I won't call those ones out. The work crew is top notch. Communication is key to success at any company. This place has it. I like the partnership. Variety of tasks, helpful co-workers, great bosses, great benefits. La communicación. We know what that is, communication. Family atmosphere with an encouraging boss who constantly strives to improve both his business and staff's future with opportunities to grow. One of the things I really appreciate about working at Egan Landscape Group is a strong sense of teamwork. Everyone gets along, and we've weeded out the negativity over the years. That's so true. Like you guys who've been here a long time know that we've had even guys who haven't been here a long time, we've had issues in the past. We've had, up until a few years ago, we've had employees that were just drainers, right? All they would do is be negative and, I can't work with this one, and I'm not doing this, and it's just not and we've weeded them out. So, working at Egan is rewarding because people around you are dependable. Everyone goes the extra mile when you need to find a way to go above and beyond. Clearly defined roles allows information to proceed to the person's needs to get to. I can't get through this one. Need to get to. We trust one another to get the job done. When stuff goes wrong, we own our mistakes. Somebody really thought this one out, and I appreciate it. I can't even read the rest of it. Oh, here we go. When stuff goes wrong, we own our mistakes. If someone's struggling, there is always a hand or an ear to get them up again. We work together. All good. The consistent effort to improve the company day after day and the culture that's being created, the teamwork and unity of everyone here. I like the upward mobility, the integrity of the owner, the openness to learn and improve. I like how there's a lot of variety and I don't get stuck doing the same thing every day. I like how everyone works as a team and are helpful. I like working for a real company of this magnitude, different pace than I'm used to. I feel grateful to be here, have a future to look forward to instead of being stagnant. Great people and opportunity here. It's a great place to work. All managers are good to work with. They're good companions and the employees are like family. Like that everyone has a good vibe at work. I like the friendly environment. Everyone is always so courteous and respectful. I like the benefits options also. The owner, George, is a great guy and he's really good looking. No, they didn't say that part. They said I was a great guy though. And always there to talk out a problem and figure out a solution. Overall, a great company to work for. So before I get into the needs improvements, so that's huge. Like it's all about the relationships. Right? It's not because nobody said, I like that we have a new building, or I like that we have nice tools. It was the theme was more about the people and the relationships. And if that's all we ever get, I'm happy with that because we can build off of that. So that was great. Thank you. So some of the stuff that we need to improve on. Now these are all anonymous, so. And it's fair. I'm going to read all these off. Accountability. So we need to improve on accountability. Now all this stuff is being taken serious. So so you all know, whatever's in here, I'm taking back and working on. These are my action items, say, right? So these are things we need to work on, and we don't disregard these, except for this one. Installing a weight room to match everyone's good attitude with a healthy lifestyle. Maybe in the next building. I don't know. This is anonymous. I'm just looking. I'm trying to see. I know some of the people that didn't write that. Let's just put this. Integrity. So something that we can work on is integrity. I wish I had more detail on that. What we can specifically for integrity work on, I'd love to know. I think I would like more information on the jobs. It's good. That's good information for us. So we can work on that. Don't really know. More training. Awesome. I get great news for you. More time with managers to make sure the jobs are taken care of efficiently, professionally, and properly. Great to know. Organization. So that's something where we are working on right now with regards to setting up an SOP manual for the company. I'll go into that too. Job descriptions with specific KPIs and metrics to be measured and incentivized for, currently being worked on. That's great, because that goes back to the organization. That's something we're doing. Company itself is good, tired of certain employees being unprofessional and rude. Not sure who that is. It's great just the way it is. Somebody wrote, sometimes a piece of paper isn't the greatest indicator of exactly how you want the job completed. There have been times where I do a job and the manager never showed up. Working on it. I get this, some news after this. Creo que nada. What does that mean? Creo, C-R-E-O. Creo que nada. Yeah. Oh, nothing. Good. Creo que nada. Safety in work environment always has room to grow. 100%. I do not disagree. Always has room. And everybody should have their own value at work. Some job descriptions can be very vague sometimes. More pay and better benefits. Okay. More one-on-one time when possible to create and strengthen relationships. Yes. One area I think could be improved at Egan Landscape Group is the consistency and efficiency of our communication, especially between departments. Okay. One thing about Egan that I see could be done differently is a turnaround of past employees. Sometimes people need to live on when they cross certain lines. Working alongside someone who makes a person uncomfortable is detrimental to the business as a whole. The environment is unconducive to productivity when a person is on edge and hyper-aware. It could also be unsafe. Personal safety of employees and privacy protections are difficult. Okay. Maybe more classes to help teach the guys and girls something they might not know how to do and would like to. Communication from management to employees and also between employees. I would like less corporate speak at meetings. Clearer job descriptions would be nice. Sorry, this is what we're trying to work on. So this is, Clock Shark has some bugs that makes it difficult to switch in and out of places. People agree with that, I'm sure. My suggestions would be to keep staying hungry, maybe communicate more efficiently with the management so mistakes are minimal. All I could say is that everyone should be treated the same value and appreciate more for their job. Sometimes I wish the jobs were explained a little better. All right, so we went from great to not so great, right? So that's, all right, that's what we're working on. That's why we're doing this. So I get great people in relationships from the first list, and from the second list, we got a lot of organization that we have to work on, job description with specific KPIs and metrics, which is specific to everybody's job and exactly what they need to be doing and measured on for the negatives. More one-on-one time to create and strengthen relationships. That would be with employees to managers, managers to me, whatever. So communication from management to employees and also between employees. I'm just trying to hit the highlights here of what the common ones were. Jobs being explained a little bit better. So this doesn't fall on deaf ears. This is important stuff, and this is why I'm doing this. And I know the corporate talks, if this is considered a corporate talk, some people don't like that, but this is how we get better. I mean, this is, if I didn't do this, if we didn't have this conversation right now and I didn't do this survey, what do I know that we need to work on, right? It would only get worse if we didn't work on ourselves. So that's why we do this stuff. So we are working on specific job descriptions, which we've been working on for the whole season, really. It's a big process within the company. Not so much out in the field. Like, a lot of you guys know what your job is out in the field. We are going to define it better and give a written job description exactly and what you're going to be measured off of, which we've already really made great headway with the productivity charts and the man-hour charts and the billable versus non-billable, and that we're basing your bonuses on something real now instead of just saying, hey, he's a great guy, he gets this much for bonus, right? So now the bonuses are based on job production, billable versus non-billable, points, safety points. So that's all important stuff. What we're working on now in the office is specifying certain roles within the office and creating a great organizational chart from top down, from me down. So everybody knows who they're going to answer to specifically in separating out departments. So, you know, for everybody's information here, what we are doing is we're changing a little bit of our process on how we take our workflow of jobs when they get called into the office and they go out to the field, where before we had one account manager that would take that call or take the initial appointment and then manage it all the way down to the end. So now we're separating where we're going to have actually sales people and then production managers or project managers for specific departments, which is going to open up more opportunity for employment within management and hopefully make the company grow. So we're starting this implementation now. You see Glenn out there now. We're working on specifying his job description, but most likely he's going to be a project manager in the production side in operations, or a production manager, where you'll see Jake more as a salesperson selling the jobs, and he'll be handing it off to some sort of a production manager that can go out and work on the jobs with the guys. If the guys have questions out on a hardscape job, they can ask the production manager. And then if he has a question, he can ask Jake what was sold. So we're doing this not to get too corporate, but to streamline things and make things go smoother out there. So you always have somebody to ask, so somebody's around more often. Because what happens is, I'll use Jake as an example, Jake can't be, as he sells more work, he can't be on all the jobs as they're happening. There's not enough time for him to do that. So Jesse or Josh or Mike have a question, he's not there to help him with it. But if we have another manager between him and them, then he'll be around. Same with commercial stuff. Mike Johnson, who's always been, you know, had a handle on all of the commercial, like Colony Place, Arbor Hills, Duxbury Estates, all that stuff, and he was really involved with all the stuff, the workings out there. Well, as we get bigger and we get more commercial accounts, and Mike's leading the charge for the commercial accounts, he can't be at all of those places all the time. So we have somebody underneath him. But anyway, that's what's happening here with changing and organizing the company better, which in turn should help with a lot of these issues that we have. More training was a great suggestion. We've talked about in the downtime. Now, we know that, you know, in the next month and a half, we're going to be really winding down to the point where we lay off for a couple months, unless we have snow. That's no surprise to most everybody that's been here. So what do we do on that downtime? Maybe once a week we'll have a class here. If you want to come in and take the class on specific things that will be helpful for next season, then that can happen. It's going to happen. We're going to make a schedule for that. So we'll have specific classes. So if anybody has any suggestions for classes like that, take those QR codes or take a picture of it with your phone. If you have any suggestions at all for classes that you think that we should do, put them on there. It's all anonymous, and put it under that you know, the second box. You can leave the first box blank. This spreadsheet will be open on my computer all the time, so I'll always see it if there's any updates to it. So, and of course, my door is always open if anybody wants to talk to me about anything. I'm not you know, you can talk to me anytime about anything. So there's that. The other thing too I want to talk about real quick is safety. So we had you can see we have 0 days accident-free. We were at, what were we at? 90. We were at 90 days accident-free, 3 months. And Joseph had an accident yesterday. Something got dropped on his toe. So I know. So we blew our 90 days accident-free. He's out today. Yeah, he's all right. He's got a bruised toe, but he couldn't work today because of it. So that safety number is based on days accident-free that are, how do I say this? That not lost time, right? So if like Jason smashes his finger in a binder on the trailer and he doesn't miss time, that doesn't go up here. But if somebody loses time because of an accident, that's what we track. Okay. And so there's that. So we want to be aware of, again, of our surroundings, where our feet are, where our hands are. Again, William's still out from the accident with his fingers. So if we can all learn, like going off of last week's talk, you know, we learn from our mistakes. Let's learn from other people's mistakes too. Because, yeah, Nobody's going to put their fingers underneath the ball of a trailer hitch, right? Let me just make sure everybody knows that. We're not doing that again. Don't put your toe under a boulder when it's being lifted up. So, yeah, there's that. And so anyway, so there's that. So I want to give out $100, and I'm tired of just giving out cards like I've said before and having everybody win off of something that means nothing. So what's a great question to get everyone involved in? Somebody can answer for me. What is everybody worked yesterday? Does somebody tell me about something that they did yesterday that they liked doing?
To trim and clean instead of mowing lawns all day, and it was nice, different approach.
All right.
Different stuff I enjoy doing.
Yeah.
You know, I love
Good.
trimming shrubs and cleaning, do it before and after, taking pictures. It looks awesome, you know.
Yeah.
I enjoy that stuff.
That's good. Anybody else? Something they enjoyed that they did yesterday? Nobody? Everybody hated everything they did? So you guys are gonna let Sean get the $100 that easy? All right, Tim's got his arm up. Tim's got his arm up. Now it's a 50-50 chance.
Working with Alfredo's group and Ray's group yesterday in the Pine Hills doing fall cleanups.
Okay,
It was something different than mowing.
good. Similar? Anybody else? So we got 50-50 chance on the $100? Really? Do I gotta make this more money to do this? Everybody didn't like what they did yesterday. Huh. Well, I'm gonna volunteer instead of volunteer people. 50-50, give them each 50? That's too easy. What did you like that you did yesterday?
About work.
Yeah, about work.
That was it felt like a very open-ended question. I don't know. I like working with Mark. You know.
Like working with Mark?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
What about you?
Well, the season's slowing down, especially for irrigation, so we had a nice long day yesterday, which was great. And I still made it in time to go to the gym, which is excellent.
Okay. I know what JC likes, dropping a rock on Yosef's foot. Grant.
I took down the net at the irrigation, the net holding irrigation pipes and all that down at the nursery and cleaned up sorted lumber. And
You did.
Yeah.
Did a good job too, actually.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Nobody else. All right. So who won that one? Who? Sean? All right. Raise your hand if you think Sean won. All right. Raise your hand if you think Tim won. Chike. Mark. Grant. Sean won the $100. There you go. Thanks. All right, last thing for the corporate speech. These core values, we're going to learn them. They're getting tested. We're going to do it this week. But just so you know, I'm going to send out a team reach. I want everyone to know those. It's not that much to ask. Be prepared for that one next week. All right. Anything else? Anything anyone wants to add or any comments? No? All right. That's it.